And over the weekend, Trump effectively said that Milley should be executed for treason. I'm not making that up. That's not an exaggeration. That's what he suggested. Over some spurious allegations, Milley spoke to Chinese leaders about Trump's mental fitness. Now, what Milley actually did was reach out to his Chinese counterpart under the direction of the Secretary of Defense, which is civilian, to make sure that Donald Trump's desperate coup attempts and erratic lashing out didn't lead to a war with nuclear-armed China.
The specific purpose of the October and January calls were generated by concerning intelligence, which caused us to believe the Chinese were worried about an attack on them by the United States. I am certain that President Trump did not intend to attack the Chinese, and it is my directed responsibility, and it was my directed responsibility by the Secretary to convey that intent to the Chinese. My task at that time was to de-escalate. My message again was consistent. Stay calm, steady, and de-escalate. We are not going to attack you. We are unique among the world's armies. We are unique among the world's militaries. We don't take an oath to a country. We don't take an oath to a tribe. We don't take an oath to a religion. We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We don't take an oath to an individual. We take an oath to the Constitution, and we take an oath to the idea that is America, and we're willing to die to protect it.
I know we just had the highest poll numbers we've ever had, period. So it's great.
General Milley today at his retirement ceremony said, quote, "We don't take an oath from a wannabe dictator." Do you actually
General
believe that
Milley,
he
what
should
he
be put to
did
death?
is really treasonous. If you look at what he said to China, he's either stupid or it's treason. But what he said to China should never be allowed. That can never be allowed in our country.
Did you suggest
and you know what,
attacking China?
General Milley, who I know, he's a lazy guy, who left billions and billions of dollars worth of equipment with the Taliban. General Milley's a lazy guy who's not very smart. But what General Milley did to China and with China is a disgrace. And
But why
frankly,
suggest
there are
death?
many people that would call it treason.
But why suggest death?
Thank you very much.
Any thoughts on Senator Feinstein?
President Trump recently said that your dealings with China were so egregious that in times gone by, the punishment would have been death.
That's right, he said that.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct.
He is suggesting that you be punished by death. The former commander-in-chief to his former top military advisor.
Look, I'm a soldier. I've been faithful and loyal to the Constitution of the United States for 44 and a half years. And my family and I have sacrificed greatly for this country, my mother and father before them.
But for the record, was there anything inappropriate or treasonous about the calls you made to China?
Absolutely not. Zero. None.
It almost seems odd to ask this question because the former commander-in-chief seems to be calling for your execution. Are you worried about your safety?
I've got adequate safety precautions. I wish those comments had not been made, but they were, and we'll take appropriate measures to ensure my safety and the safety of my family.